What's going on, family and friends? This is Terrence Manning. This is my Thoughts Uncut. Welcome back. We're going to be talking about the FBI drug trafficking case in Philadelphia. This is big. Let's take a look at what happened.
Developing tonight, an historic drug bust, part of a nearly decades-long investigation with the FBI, right? In Kensington, and the director of the FBI says this is the largest takedown he's ever seen, and everyone should be paying attention.
We have permanently removed a drug trafficking organization out of the streets of Philadelphia, and they're going to stop pouring guns and chemicals and drugs into our communities, and our children are safer today.
The bust happened in the area of Clearfield and F Streets. Our Chris O'Connell has been following this story since it broke this morning. And Chris, this could change everything.
That is right, Dawn. What has been described as one of the most prolific drug trafficking organizations in Kensington has now been eliminated, according to the FBI. 33 people have been indicted on drug trafficking charges targeting Philadelphia's most notorious opioid operation.
Oof.
FBI agents surrounding several homes on the 3100 block of Weymouth Street after an early morning federal raid across several Kensington blocks.
Occupants 726 Clearfield. This is the FBI. Come out the front door with your hands up.
Video shows agents busting into several homes on the block. Loudspeakers were heard, demanding suspects come out. The entire neighborhood blocked off with hundreds of law enforcement. And about 8 hours later, officials say they dismantled a decade-long, 24-hour open-air drug market at the epicenter of Kensington.
See, the FBI is actually doing its job under the Trump administration. This is phenomenal. They've had Kensington. This is the Philly one. They've had the summer heat. They had the bi-coastal drug trafficking. They've had one in DC, I believe, and the dark net trafficking. That was back in April or May. So that's 5 already that they've conducted. This is what the FBI should be doing, not going after your political foe like they did when Trump was president and Biden was going after him after he won. So kudos to the FBI for actually getting the criminals, the true criminals, off the streets from selling drugs into the neighborhoods. And it's usually in the Black community. So Black people should be thrilled about these things. Get Pookie and Ray Ray in the jails.
This is exactly how you safeguard American lives. You go after the organizations that are inflicting pain across America.
FBI Director Kash Patel announcing the indictment of the Weymouth Street drug gang. The 170-page indictment outlined how the gang was run by 2 main leaders, identified as Jose Antonio Morales Nieves and Roman Montañez. The indictment says they flaunted their enterprise like a...
Look at this, guys. Look.
Roman Montañez. The indictment says...
Look at this. What the... Look at these pictures they're taking. And these are the people that are out in the streets causing havoc to men, women, children. Like that. Oh my God.
Says they flaunted their enterprise like a successful
Look
business,
at this.
even writing down work schedules for dealers and lookouts. Of the 30,
These dudes had work schedules.
even writing down work.
This is pretty organized. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is very organized. They had work schedules. I don't know how long this drug organization's been going on in this Philadelphia area, but my God, are you clocking in, clocking out?
Schedules for dealers and lookouts. Of the 33 indicted, 29 are now in custody.
This indictment alleges that the Weymouth Street drug trafficking organization, for nearly a decade, sold and distributed substantial volumes of fentanyl, crack cocaine, and heroin.
The FBI is still collecting evidence, but say they've already confiscated drugs and dozens of guns.
These are federal offenses, They're going into federal court to be handled by someone.
He happy. He's smiling. This makes him look good too. It seems like the local police, Philadelphia police, worked with the FBI to get these criminals off the street, and that's what we need. We need police working with the federal government, working with the FBI to get these criminals out of the neighborhoods, out of the streets, so people can thrive, people can go to school, kids can go to school.
And I know who's going to take the appropriate action to address this behavior.
It's one of those few cases which, if successful, will eliminate an entire criminal outfit. It will clean and cleanse a whole neighborhood and will virtually eradicate a violent drug trafficking organization root and stem.
The U.S. Attorney says it's the largest indictment of its kind in over a century. They say it's what can happen when you unleash multiple layers of law enforcement on a single issue. Philly's top cop says there's more to come.
And I will say to anyone out there, we're not done.
He's happy. See, this is a deterrent. So now other gangs or other people that want to commit crimes and be in gangs, this is going to deter them from doing it. Let's take a look at what Kash Patel had to say.
You guys did all the work coming around. All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's an honor to be here in North Philadelphia today. What you see amassed in front of you is what happens when you let good cops be cops, when you let interagency, state and local police work together to rid our cities of the harmful plague of drug trafficking organizations and gang violence. And there's an important distinction to be made. Yesterday I was in the White House with the President for the Homeland Security Task Force. And while that lift is being done at the international level to wipe out drug trafficking organizations and gang violence, our urban cities from Los Angeles to Philadelphia, New York, and everywhere in between are being plagued by localized street gangs and gang violence and drug trafficking organizations. Once the drugs and guns come in, they need an outfit to deliver them to our communities. And we needed to attack those outfits. And the reason I wanted to come to Philadelphia today is because this takedown, brought to you by the men and women standing behind me and their wonderful teams, the Philadelphia Police Department, the FBI, and the United States Attorney's Office, are bringing to bear what law enforcement can do when you unleash them and let them go after the criminals that are destroying our communities, that are harming our civilization, and that are hurting our children. This Weymouth Street Gang is not just one instance of removing. It is an example of how you remove an entire organization that is corrupting not just the city of Philadelphia, but the state of Pennsylvania as well. And I felt it extremely important to come in here and say, not only are we removing guns and gang members and robbers and firearms, we are removing an entire coordinated section of gang violence permanently off the streets. And that's how you deliver a victory for the people of Philadelphia, the people of Pennsylvania, and the people of America. I'm so proud and humbled to be joined here today by these wonderful representatives from the police force, from the FBI, and a shout out to the Department of Justice and our United States Attorney Metcalf here. You need courageous prosecutors to bring these cases. You need people that aren't going to say no, that are going to bend the knee, that are going to say, it's too hard to bring this case. It's too difficult to collect the evidence. When you hear the details of this case, everyone in America should be looking at this takedown. This takedown is how you safeguard American cities from coast to coast. This takedown is an interagency process, years in the making. Extensive legal service and process was executed here, correctly done to make sure that the integrity of the investigation is upheld and the criminals are put into the legal system and brought before a judge and a jury.
Look, I'm all for it. I love it. Kash Patel has been on fire. Trump has done an amazing job nominating him for hiring him actually for director of the FBI. He has been on fire. You thought the NBA thing was big. This is big, because yes, the NBA thing was big because of the whole gambling thing. I get that, but this is like crime, drugs, like you're really killing and affecting neighborhoods. This is amazing. This man's on fire. Get these people off the streets, go to each and every city, neighborhood, and get these gangs out of here. Next up is the cartel. I'm telling you, they're going after the cartel. They're probably just working on it right now, but that's gonna be a next thing, I think, within 2 years. We can make a bet on that, friendly bet. Let me know what you guys think about this. There's no way you guys can't like this. Come on, this is good for everyone. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bells for all the updates from my other videos. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Have a good one.